They admire you, they compliment you, they want to be around you 24/7, then they want to be like you until they realize they can't be like you. And then now they don't like you. Y'all, what kind of world do we live in? Y'all be blessed out here.
Jealousy, jealousy, jealousy. Wow. This video is going to cover how to know if someone is jealous or envious of you and why you should stay away from people with these feelings towards you. Jealousy can lead to you being unalive, so I hope you guys take these videos as warnings and I hope you enjoy this one. Make sure to check out each creator's TikTok videos, which is credited in the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
This is everything that I've learned about jealousy, and know that it's more dangerous than what you think. Jealousy is extremely common in cultures that are highly competitive. It's ingrained. Number 2, when I spot a hint of jealousy, I'm already planning my exit. Call me avoidant, but I advise you do the same too. The older and more successful you get, it generally gets worse. More money, more visibility, more problems. It's a thing. Jealousy gets worse. This might sound controversial, but I don't call myself a girl's girl. And let's not get this misconstrued. I'm not gonna right your wrongs just because of your gender. And that's my 2 cents. Number 5, it's not narcissism, it's self-preservation. The confidence that I have is down to the fact that I've realized that no matter what you do, people are always gonna have a problem with you. This is gonna sound really strange. I feel like unless you're in my industry, you're just not gonna get it. I'm so glad for the fact that I've made genuine friendships before having this career. Because if I didn't, I probably wouldn't have any friends, to be honest with you. Not real ones anyway. Number 7, jealousy can come from the most unsuspecting places. Just because someone's older, more privileged, more successful, or even richer than you, doesn't mean that they're not gonna be jealous. I've even had ex-partners jealous of me. And last but not least, pretty privilege can actually work in reverse when you're a black woman. I really resonated with something that a creator said on here about this, and I always find that when you're an attractive, successful black woman, there's always someone looking to knock you down a peg or two. It's quite weird. I firmly believe that jealousy is a dangerous emotion, so please protect your peace.
You know, one thing I really hate, when you can feel it, you can just feel it in your heart when somebody actually doesn't like you, but for some of these, they just want to be around you. They stay around you or want to hang out and stuff. Like, girl, are you okay? Why are you doing this to yourself? You don't fucking like me, and I know you don't. Why are you acting like you do? You don't have to act. You can just stay out of my face.
Is it rude, or is it like rude because I said it? The way that I communicated with people completely changed overnight. When I realized somehow, some way, people decided, they just like made up this rule in their head that they can say whatever they want to me with no fluff, with no courtesy, with sometimes very little respect and regard for my feelings. And no matter what, I'm still supposed to respond with decency and kindness. And even when I would give those things, they would still dog me the hell out, no matter how careful, no matter how considerate, no matter how much fluff I added. So I stopped adding fluff when I talk to people. And I realized at the end of the day, I have so many things working against me. That's not how I feel. That's how other people feel. I'm dark-skinned, I'm black, and I'm successful. So no matter what I say, it's going to be perceived a certain way. So I stopped adding fluff for people because you're going to think whatever you want anyway. And the worst part is when you communicate with people, when I say it, it's rude. But when they say it to me, I'm supposed to just, oh, they didn't mean any harm. How the hell do you know? Do you know them? No, you don't. If anybody else is in a leadership position at their job, in business, or you're just an all-around powerhouse person and you have this issue with how you're perceived, I'm gonna tell you right now, the semantics get old real quick. Stop adding fluff for people. They're gonna think what they want regardless. And also they're going to expect from you a courtesy that they won't even give in return. Just stop adding fluff for people.
Last thing I want to say is, if I say something to someone and they say that I'm being rude, I ask them, okay, if you said that statement to me and I said you were rude, would you think I was overreacting? And they almost never respond. Because then you have to sit there and think, oh, is it actually rude, or is it just because of how I perceive this person? Is it just because the person who said it? Most times it's the person who said it. That ain't my problem though, sorry.
Haters are just free marketing. They hate you because you make what they want look easy. They don't wish you well because they wish they were you. People hate when you're confident because it exposes their insecurity. Never fight fire with fire, just let them burn. Your presence should feel like a privilege. If it doesn't, leave. Being misunderstood is the cost of being above average. Pay it well. Most people won't support you because that means they have to accept that they fell behind. If they could do better, they would have. People will always pretend to hate things that they can't have. People don't get quiet when they support you. They get quiet when they know they lost the race. You didn't do anything to them. You just exist louder than what they're comfortable with. People love you until you're a threat. Of course I don't wish you the best after you wronged me. I wish you out of my way. The more they copy, the more obvious the original becomes. But be realistic. Don't put me in that cage you live in. If your presence bothers them, it's working. I've never experienced hate from someone that was better looking than me or from someone that I'd trade places with. Let them watch, that's all they'll ever get to do. People will really think that they buried you, but they didn't realize you were a seed. People only try to humble you when you make them feel inferior.
When you're an attractive woman, you're automatically going to be disliked by men and women. You're going to meet so many men that it's going to automatically assume that you don't like them because you're attractive, and they think that they can't access you or you would, be attracted to them. So what they'll do is they'll try to humble you. They'll try to pick you apart, right? It's so funny how when you're an attractive female, you got so many women, if you post a picture, they're going to go and try to tear every single thing you do apart. Oh, look at her eyebrows, look at her nose, look at her lips, look at her teeth. They're going to try to chop you down, right? Because they really want to humble you, because it's that who does she think she is thing. So everybody think that when you're an attractive woman, all the men want you. That is not true. What happens is a lot of men, they are really they're really going to be really hate you because you are attractive, and they know that you would never give them the time of day. And so what they'll do is they'll try to tear you apart. I've seen it so many times. A friend's husband, I don't like her, and why does she do blah, blah, blah. I've worked in a salon with men and women in there, and I can't make this up. The amount of opinions that another woman's husband have about her friend is unmatched. I mean, it's always the attractive friend. It's always the really beautiful friend, or the really happy friend, or the really nice friend. He always comes, and I'm like, okay, so how are you allowing this man to speak? Anyway, so I just want to say that, encourage you, don't allow anyone to humble you. I say it all the time. If you looked up the word humble, if you looked up the word humble, you would never really use that word in regards to yourself. Well, you shouldn't. I know I don't. So what happens is they're going to try to humble you because you're attractive. And that's just what it is. Automatically, you're going to have men and women that really hate your guts and don't even know you because you're attractive for the same reason. Because they can't access you. And when they can't access you and they think that, they can't, link up with you or even connect with you, they're going to try to chop you to pieces, and they're going to try to humble you. So don't allow anyone to humble you. Those are just, my thoughts. I don't allow anyone to humble me. I know exactly who I am. And listen, I've been there. I've been in a relationship. One time I dated this guy, and I knew he was very jealous of me. I know he was very jealous of me. One day he said, why every time we go somewhere, somebody's always looking at you, or why they always talking to you? I mean, who are you? And who are you? This is what he said to me sitting at the table. These guys came in, we're in the restaurant. He's like, why are they looking at you? I'm like, they're probably looking at me and saying, why are you with him? Because clearly, that part. And so he would say things like, you think you can do anything you want? You think you can have anything you want? I'm like, I can't have anything I want. I believe I can have anything I want. Oh, you just, you're just so positive. You just so, what I'm saying? So then that was the straw that broke the camel's back. That's when all the therapists started and all of that stuff. Life-changing for me. Well, let me just say, you probably have already experienced this, or maybe not, but you will when you're an attractive woman, inside and out. And I'm telling you, sometimes it's not, the outer, but from my experience, because that's the first thing they see, right? And so before they even get to know me from the inside out, you know what I mean? But that's what they'll do. They'll try to humble you. Don't allow anybody to humble you, sweetie. You are who you are. Know who you are. Stand on it. That's all.
You keep thinking to yourself, why are they mean to me? What have I done to them? Why do they keep trying to hurt my feelings? Why do they keep talking about me? Why are they laughing at me? Why are they watching me? Why do these people always hurt me? You are in competition, baby. They're in competition with you, and you ain't even competing. These people are competing because they see you as someone with a higher ranking position, not just physically, but in the astral, in the spiritual. They see that God is favoring you, and they feel angry. Why are they getting favored? Even if they don't admit it to themselves, deep down, they feel it. I just had this revelation, unfortunately, because I was unfortunately tested by somebody that I was trying to help. And I'm like, my immediate thought is always, my whole life, why do these people hate me so much? Why did I just realize today, baby, they're competing with you? Y'all should have told me we was in a competition. I thank Spirit so much for giving me this revelation today. Because now that I know that I'm in competition and I wasn't even fighting and you were losing, I'm gonna actually put my gloves on. Now we're competing.
Understand that people that do not like you but are constantly watching you and constantly keeping tabs on you are people that genuinely do not love themselves. People that really love themselves, like themselves, and hold themselves to a higher standard do not entertain people that they do not like. They just won't do it. They will simply remove themselves. They will, take themselves out of the group. They won't go checking for that person. It will be like that person doesn't exist to them. However, you do have people out here that claim to not like you, that will make it known, go out of their way to let you know that they don't like you, but yet they're constantly watching you. They're constantly keeping tabs on you. And it's simply because, one, they do not love themselves, like I said, and two, they love you more than they love themselves. And it pisses them off because, we're humans. We're not stupid. We know that we live in a world where you are supposed to love yourself. You are supposed to hold yourself to a higher standard. You are supposed to genuinely like yourself. The issue comes when you do not love yourself and you see somebody else and you love them more than you love yourself. So that's basically what is going on with these people. Do not be fooled by these people claiming that, they love themselves and, they think this of themselves. That's not the case. You mean to tell me that there are 24 hours in a day and you purposely go to these people's pages and trigger yourself? That is not a person that loves themselves. That is not a person that loves themselves. 24 hours in a day, and that is what you choose to focus your attention on. Not your goals, not your dreams, not your future self, not your children, not your money. You choose to focus, hold on baby, you choose to focus it on the person that you don't like. Baby, if that's not self-hatred, I don't know what is. And what's really baffling about this behavior is oftentimes people who are like this, they're just triggered by you just because, you're not doing anything, you're not saying anything, you're not even bothering these people. So at the end of the day, it's literally their own doing. They are putting themselves in this karmic loop, in this karmic cycle of constantly being triggered because they don't love themselves. And what happens is, stalking you, watching you turns into a day of stalking you, watching you turns into 3 days of stalking, watching you turns into a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month. Now they have made it an obsession and now they are obsessed with you. These are people who do not love themselves, y'all. I'm telling you. As a matter of fact, They curse themselves. They chose not to love themselves, and instead they curse themselves, because that's what that is. Baby girl, you're gonna have to wait, honey. Sorry, my cat. These people get so triggered by watching you and watching your life that they put themselves in this repetitive cycle of constantly having to go to your page, even when they don't want to. They have to constantly go to your page. They have to constantly go to your account. They have to constantly go to your channel to see what you're up to. That is a curse. And people who are under that type of curse, I promise you, baby, they do not like themselves. They do not love themselves. So when you find somebody who is constantly stalking you, constantly watching you, constantly monitoring you, brush it off, because I promise you, a person that genuinely loves themselves, you wouldn't be on their radar. They're on to bigger, better things. They're focused on other things. I promise you.